I've put Louise's favorite lantern in the tree. You'll have to get a hook for the other lantern that was there previously and get it back up. Hopefully I can manage that this week, but I couldn't find a hook the other day. Alright, so it's starting to get summery out. I've moved stuff into the shade a little bit. A lot of this is just random stuff, yeah. So nothing special at the moment. I'm hoping to find something better to look at in a sec. Empty bags, yeah, cool. Gotta love empty bags. That's just a cheap pair of jumper cables, which I'm pretty sure we bought a while back. Why is it, today I'm not having a great day. Why is it that the simplest of things, like move these out of the way, is somehow a challenge? Okay, some junk. That, to me, looks a heck of a lot like storage auction junk. Okay, so that is an Eclipse number 55 metalworking saw, which I believe I will keep. I think it's worth about 50 bucks. Last time I checked. I don't think it's a high selling item. Why you would choose to use this over a regular hacksaw, I do not know. Anyway, we can research it, but it is a tool I want to keep, so somehow I'll find spots for that. This scale, I'm very happy to sell that. Maybe that's an eBay thing. See, this is the kind of thing I worry about putting in a shop setting, which is where I would have been originally done. But how do you keep these from going walkabout, getting stolen, whatever? Good question. Good question. So yeah, I'm not sure about that one. I know I've shown this before from when we first picked it up, but it just keeps getting. You always end up with these items where you're like, well, I'm not sure what I want to do with that. Now, I know for a fact that that's handmade. But is someone going to give me enough money for it to send it in the mail? It's going to cost me $9 to send it. Probably better off what? Probably better off pricing, perhaps. So maybe that can go in the pricing group. Garbage. Travel hanger. Boy howdy, doesn't that look like garbage or what? It does. I was going to keep that. Why? I have no idea. Good bit of heavy masonite. Worth absolutely nothing. Storage auction. Alright. If there's anything actually in there at all or not. Oh yes, look at that. More of that sort of thing. Okay. That's certainly listable, although having said that, I have listed 50 or so of these. I have yet to sell one. Why would you listen to it on this when you can listen to it on other formats? Good question. Anyway, oh, it's got Ramones. I don't think that's their best work, probably. Okay, so there's some research there to be done. So anyway, that is going to be used for me for some big drill bits, I think. Actually, I have a small drill bit box. Tell you what, let's make a transition right now. All that can come out and go here for future pricing. Yep, rubbish is flying around. Now, this is a drill bit box I made when I first came to Australia. I made this when I was working at the Wagga Iron Foundry. It's a sketch for some pattern I made. Garth's drills. So these, I did bring my own drills to work, but it is well past time that these things powering home. And look at that, we can fit it neatly in there. And, you know, maybe I can make some other arrangements. There's a bunch of stuff I never use. So I never use that sleeve. I never use these mini chucks. Out they come. Almost never use this. I think it's called a giblet? Gimlet? I forget what that's called. It's really good for extracting things from your nose that you don't want. Very, very effective for that. Yeah, we got some old chucks, some young chucks, some numb chucks, all kinds of chucks. Yeah, so I have a million bits floating around all over the place. There's this titanium, that's speed steel, you know, high speed steel, whatever. I like it. Let's do that, and then I'll tell you what. I have a million masonry bits up the back there, but I can't really get at them without moving a bunch of stuff. So, I'll tell you what, let's just let that be what it is. So, we got a little research box happening, and that is just a junk box. Hosed out, whatever. That's going to be cleaned up and used for wax. Alright, so what do we have here? So, these are... I really have this hard time getting rid of things. It's really not a good thing. Okay, so NRL collector cards. I can't remember. I think I got it at a garage sale for $1, but I think I'm just going to put it straight in the storage auction. Coming up, we have a lot of stuff that we need to try to downsize because this past 2 years, we've just been sitting on things that we can't move. And I don't want to deal with it. I bought all these books just on a whim. I almost never buy books, and especially kids' books. I don't really like some of the titles, like Just Stupid and Just Annoying and Just Disgusting. I'm not a real big fan of that kind of stuff. But I think there's a market for it, so I need to kind of investigate, you know, how many lots is here. Is there 2 lots, 3 lots? That's always kind of annoying to try to figure out, but I bought them on a whim for, I think I paid $2 total for that. I'd say earlier this year, actually. Just at either a garage sale or one of the local op shops. These I have been waiting, so I've set these aside for myself to be cleaned up and used for when I'm going to work, because these are particularly nice, except for that's got a bit of tarnish on the silver. But that is, yes, it says 925 on the buckle itself, which I can always check. But it is a genuine Anaconda by Pat AAEIRS. I have to look that up. Anyway, that was a belt I set aside for myself. Supposedly has a solid sterling silver buckle on it, but I think we might actually just end up selling that, because the last time I actually had to dress up nice and go to a meeting was some time ago. So we've also got a Prada belt here, which is pretty nice. It does have a few little issues, but I was gonna have them cleaned and sort of treated, you know. That one needs a bit of cleaning, etc. Feels and looks like the real deal, but anyway, those were things I was going to do, and that's why they're in that bag, but never did it. Don't see a need to do it, and therefore bye-bye. So I'll put them back in there for protection. We have like a little box floating around with more belts like that we need to address. This is more of that kind of stuff that just floats around, never deal with it. Eventually get annoyed enough to deal with it. So that I bought at a garage sale, not really thinking it through. But this is probably a for parts only type deal to be priced up. No lid, which I didn't think of, but I thought it was cool, and I only paid $1 or $2 for it. So I will price that up and sell that in the shop as just as parts. This is what's left of some camera gear. So we've got a Inca bag. I don't know anything about the brand, but I just sold 3 little tiny camera bags the other day for a few bucks, for, you know, enough money to make money on it. You've got Tamron, which I think is a lens company. I don't think it's particularly good, but I don't know that for sure. And we have a lens of some kind here. It says Cosina. Lens made in Japan, Cosina. This is stuff I just set aside and almost never look at again. So that I will research. So what I'm doing right now is putting together a little bit of a research pile. See, I think the bag itself is probably worth selling on its own. We'll find out. Nothing in the top that I can see. Alright, so that's that. What else we got? Oh, we have a, I don't know why, but I'm always a sucker for gas fittings. I always buy them. It was only $1 or $2. I think a garage sale earlier this year in June, I believe. That I bought only for parts, really, so that can just get set back aside with my kit. So let's pack some of this back in boxes. Oh yeah, we got another box of stuff here. All right. More random items, yeah. Okay, so we have this Where's Wally kind of bit of fabric stuff. That's happy to sell that. We have a Nico Sterling scope. I've not tried selling it. I don't know anything about this kind of stuff. I know I can see things off in the distance with it, so apparently it works. What do we have here? We have a Catholic Answer Bible. That has to be worth exactly $0, but let's have a, you know what? I'm not interested in selling Bibles. Off in the storage auction it goes. So what do we have here? 2 Granddad from Jacob straps, it says. Oh. Alright, what do we got? We have a mitt full of straps, but these are vintage straps of some kind. Can we see a maker? So I think our third video we did, was it? Where we went back in time to when we bought some stuff from that one estate. I think this came from that. I would say that is certainly a lot I could sell just as a lot. Some are still have the original tape on them. So yeah, I will put it right back in the box and put that aside to be sold. The birds are competing for nesting territory, it appears. So far they haven't dive bombed me, but alright. So I know I have 3 mics at least in here. I actually am tempted to put them in the storage auction. For no other reason than I'm not really interested in selling something that I don't want to test. And there are 3 of them here. I probably showed, I think some of this I've shown before. Anyway, here's another one here. Maybe these, you know, sometimes it's good to take things down to, oh, that's a good idea. Maybe I'll take them down to the pawn shop and see what they'll give me for them. Even just 20 or 30 bucks, you'd be really stoked just to get it out of your life. You know, don't want to deal with it. I know they don't pay much, but there's those 3, and the scope maybe. Yep, that sounds like a good package. Oh, look, this VTech phone. I know I bought this at a garage sale. But again, that might be something that'd be happy to sell. VTech phone. New in the box. You know, we put together a little group hoping to get 50 bucks out of it or something. Now here, I always get phones. I have no idea how many phones I've gotten over the years. And you can sell them at auction. They do okay sometimes, but I don't know why. Something stopped me from selling it. But anyway, we're gonna make a little box of things to take to the pawn shop, and we'll fill you in later on what we got for it, if anything. So we've got 3 mics, a phone, and a scope. Ooh, what about the camera bag and lens? What would you hope to get out of that if you took it down to the pawn shop? Good question. Yeah, I don't know the answer to that. I've never it's actually interesting. I've never ever sold anything at a pawn shop, but maybe it's time to try. I'd almost rather try to sell these straps than a camera lens. I don't know why, maybe it's just an inversion, but cool. What's next? I find myself not particularly in the mood to, oh, I think I found the other belts, y'all. Oh, I believe I did. Yes. Belts. Those are some flimsy gloves. Tell you, roses will go right through them. I'll keep them. Someone will get a use. Alright, look at that. Oh, that one's already listed. That's great. So if I went looking for that one, which is snakeskin, good luck to you. Good work, mate. Way to go. Alright. Pretty confident I've accomplished absolutely nothing here. Okay. So do we want to photograph anything? No, not really. This is a very good session of me dithering. That's excellent. On my resume, I list as one of my main skills dithering. Trying hard to make a decision and never really arriving there. I'm making a decision to run. I am sweeping out this box. One minute. We are putting items for listing right in here. Let's make some decisions. The belts are 100% to be listed. Feel the progress happening already. Okay, we are listing those. I don't even know if you can see what I'm pointing at. All right, so definitely listing these things. What is the way to go about it? Books, sure. We do sell the odd books, and sometimes we get really good money for them. I need to look into that. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Sell it. Sell it all. All right. Oh, Tony Braxton, Unbreak My Heart. Yeah, that's gonna be great. Sorry, not a big Tony Braxton fan. Not really my speed. Alright, well look at that. We have ourselves a box of genuine Let's List It type items. You know, I may do alright with that. I mean, would you put that up for $25 and put it in the mail, spend $10 on shipping? I would. Why not? 3 minutes to wrap it up. Yeah, let's put it in the pile. Cool. So, then we have a pricing box. Very good. Pricing or listing. What do you do with that? I can't decide what to do with this little scale. I don't want it. So what's the most effective way to get rid of it? Give it away. That'll work. No. No. So that's a decision item. Well, I've already decided what to do with that. I'm pricing it. Okay. Ask yourself this question. Will you ever use this Eclipse number 55 saw? No. I just want to look at it sometimes and think about why I haven't used it ever and how it's such a lovely item. And that really, folks, is the harbinger of a disease called hoarding. Cool. Let's sell it. Cool. So that is anything to see what I'm looking at. So we're keeping that for parts to use, keeping that for parts to use. So I've effectively taken things that I already know are here and I just sorted them into other boxes. Very useful. Good job. All right. Now I've got Unbreak My Heart going from my head. That's great. Excellent. Good stuff. Cool. So here is a box of pricing stuff. So that's cool. Let's see what the next one is, because I'm kind of in the mood. I know exactly what this is. You can't see it. Once you see it, you'll be like, oh God, why is it showing us this? This, my friends, is something I probably should have gotten rid of a long time ago. I don't know why I'm hanging on to it. Kids' jeans. Do I give a stuff about kids' jeans? No, I do not. Apparently I do. We have some Bardot. Now these will not fit me. Bardot denim. I think they will fit a small child. Cotton, size 8. Perhaps they'll smell. Maybe they'll fit a small person. I don't think I could get my arm in that. Anyway, next. Oh, Supri. Tag's gone. So the reason I think that I kept this was I was going to sell it all as one lot on the Bay of E. There's a size 12 splice tee with a tag on it. I think it is actually a good listing. Just as one listing. The whole lot. It's already in its box. Tape the box shut. Put up for auction. Rusty. ask, what, $40? Something like that. I mean, $40 is a screaming deal, is it not? Ultra Skinny 8. No idea who that's by. Don't care. I spent all that time listing those clothes the other day. Ugh. Well, that's got me nowhere. So I'm not a big fan of clothes. I'm getting more and more interested in getting rid of everything. Oh, JJ is another, like, teeny bopper brand. Is that what it is? I don't know. I don't know. It's like an old dude talking about kids' clothes or girls' clothes. It's not ideal. Workshop. Yeah. Mixed supply. Okay, so here's some. No, that I thought. There you go. That might go alright. Levi's $5.19. Low stretch $5.19 jeans. Okay. Could be good. Maybe that's an individual item. Here's another Levi's. That's why I kept it. Levi's super low. Not without its problems. That's two pairs, and I see a third. Another Levi's $5.19. Low stretch. Definitely worth looking what they're worth, if anything. Another Levi's low stretch. Boom, boom. I remember, I don't know if anyone else remembers, Levi's silver tabs. Oh, wasn't that the coolest thing in the world in 1993? Suzanne denim. Size 12. June, Christmas. Okay, what's this? Jag, oh, Jag 34. Well, those are men's, I believe. You know what? These used to fall off me back in the day when I was a skinny effer. I don't know that I try on a pair of 34s. I don't think that'll do. Oh. Cool, so there's this box of jeans here that need to be dealt with. They were all fitting in there nicely, no longer the case. Let's put it back. I don't feel I'll be photographing today because I feel the rain is coming. Okay, so we're downtown, cash converters. Let's see how we go with it. Alright, so we're standing out in front of Cashies. We've sold everything in the box except for the phone. They're going to take it for 120 bucks, and I'm just waiting for them to do the paperwork. I think I could have done a little better, but they wouldn't budge on it. So anyway, I'm happy to move that stuff on and not have to deal with it. Okay, so if you remember from yesterday, these were things we set aside to dispose of through storage auction. We've got the Bible, all that stuff. We just got back from the pawn shop. They were not interested in the phone, and I've already gone over that microphone. So what we're going to do, what I didn't go over is this Australian landscape book. Yesterday, you may have seen it. So it's an Australia's Heritage Sketchbook. And if this was in good shape, I would probably keep this book for myself. It is in good shape, except for it has either water or mold damage. I think it's water. I still have the original cover, which is also badly damaged. It's a cool book. It's an architectural book, but I mean, it's, heritage architecture. Not a huge interest of mine, but one of my ideas was, why don't we cut the sheets out and frame them and sell them? And it's like, I don't have a lot of time to mess around with stuff like that. So let's finish off by making this a box of stuff to sell in the storage auctions. Okay, so we have the two books, the phone, the pedicure stuff, the microphone, the hanger. I'm sure there'll be more things that we can add to that pile over the next time we come out, but it feels good to get rid of some stuff, actually. It's not necessarily a huge amount of money. I have a feeling they're going to do all right with that camera lens, but we're both very happy to see it go. With that, I think we'll end today's episode. We hope you enjoyed coming along with us and going through the garden and the shed. If you did, we'd really appreciate a thumbs up. Possibly think about subscribing if you haven't, and we'll catch you on the next one.